Welcome to Metal Verbalizers. We want to promote the great music of the underground, as well as supporting the great musicians who are making this music. After you've heard this episode, we strongly encourage you to listen to the band and then show them some support. I'm Johan Verbalizer, and in this episode, we're verbalizing the band Venthiax. Right, so let's start by having you introduce yourselves with the name and what you do for the band.
Okay, my name is Wendy and I'm the bass player of Venthiax.
My name is Emil and I'm the drummer and vocalist of Venthiax.
And I am Viggo, the guitarist.
Right, so when did you start playing / singing, and what encouraged you to start?
Sorry, could you repeat the question once more?
When did you start playing / singing, and what encouraged you to start?
I began playing drums, I bought my drum kit in 2017, but my interest for drumming was actually long before that. In 2014, I was very into Keith Moon and The Who, and when I was at home, I usually just put up a few boxes at some places and just started to drum there. But yeah, it was in 2017 that I got my drum kit, and the vocal thing is that was actually when we were forming Venthiax. We didn't really have a vocalist at the time, so we thought, well, how are we going to solve this? And then I said, well, let's try to do vocals and drums at the same time, and that seemed to be a quite successful concept. So we have continued with that live and on the records. So yeah, I haven't really been a vocalist prior to that. So that was the introduction.
Right, because that was something I would like to ask you about as well, like the kind of singing while playing drums, which seems absolutely incredible to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not that many out there, as far as I know, that is using the concept.
Right, so Wendy, what made you start playing?
Well, it was a long time ago, and I was always interested in playing instruments. Like I started out with the guitar, and then just naturally I began playing bass. Sorry, I'm just looking at Viggo. I'm sorry. So I played for many years now, actually, but I never took any lessons or anything like that. It was just for fun, and I was playing a lot at home, and I also went to the music school and got to learn a bit more, and I just always knew that I wanted to play in a band. So yeah, I'm very happy that it turned out that way.
All right. And Viggo, what made you start playing?
Yeah, seeing is really made me want to start to play guitar. So I started a bit, and my parents bought me a guitar, and then I started to play in a band, and then that broke up. And I'm sorry, they're just laughing at me.
Hey, so I'm just laughing at speaking English. Sorry.
And then I joined another band, which also broke up. And then Wendy asked me if I wanted to play in Venthiax. I wanted.
Right. So let's talk about Venthiax as a band. When was the band started? And also, if you want to elaborate on how it started.
Yeah, so we were formed in early 2021, and it was our former guitarist Leo that, together with Wendy, was searching for a drummer. And then I happened to stumble across a post online on Instagram, which the local radio station had posted concerning Wendy's fanzine. And then I saw that photo, that post, and I saw that she was wearing a Venom shirt, and I was like, oh, who is this? She looks to be in a close age as me, living in the same city. Wendy Uniström. So I began to follow her, and then she started to follow me back, and then we discovered each other and our musical interests that way.
Me and Leo had been searching for quite some time for a drummer, and we didn't think it was possible, but then you showed up from nowhere, living like 5 minutes away from me, so that was a very big surprise, but we were very grateful, so that's how the band formed. And then we got our rehearsal space and started writing songs, and yeah. And then, a few years later, Viggo joined, and now we're still going strong.
Right. So what would you say is like the main inspiration for the music of Venthiax? It doesn't necessarily have to be like other bands or even music related, but what would you say is like inspiring the music of Venthiax as a band?
I think we can all agree on like the 80s era of thrash and speed metal is very, like the whole thing is very inspiring to us, like with tapes and physical
media, to keep it very underground is really what inspires us to really travel back in time as far as you can when rehearsing, when playing the music, and everything like that. So we live and die for the 80s.
Yeah, and we're old school style, so I would say that many like German early thrash metal bands are common for us to be inspired by.
Yeah, especially Sodom and Destruction for me.
Right, yeah, I can definitely hear that in the music, that is like very inspired by that 80s thrash metal bands from Germany. But it's also kind of like adding something new and something interesting to it.
Yeah, that's what we have been hearing as well. Like, it's a great mixture between newer stuff and also the origins of this music.
Yeah, and I think the things that combine the things that we mentioned are inspirations from the 80s is that we are also interested, alongside with thrash, on heavy metal, mostly Viggo and Wendy, also me, but also black metal for my part. So yeah, we hear some heavy metal influences here and there, and also some black metal influences also in the music, and that makes it very special in a way, because it's black and heavy thrash in a way. So yeah.
Yeah, because that's something that becomes like very clear when you see Venthiax live as well. When you're like making a cover like "Violence and Force" by Exciter.
Yeah, that's a song that really has this mix of heavy metal and speed metal, and when you add my vocals to it, which is more black and thrash, I would say, then you really have this great mixture of all three genres: heavy, thrash, and black metal.
Yeah, for sure. So we'd like to speak a little bit about the lyrics of Venthiax. Like something I know is like a song like Crystal Lake Massacre. It's pretty clear what that is about, but we'd like to talk about the lyrics, like the approach in general.
The lyrical approach is it's very different, because we all write the lyrics, and even our former member did as well. So Crystal Lake Massacre is a lyrical piece that was written by former guitarist, but they are mostly based on living in the perspective, I guess in first person or third person, and being in a scenario where danger and horror comes to mind, so to say. Yeah.
And we have like different. It's usually you and me who writes the lyrics.
Yes, nowadays it is.
And for our upcoming record, like we did like equally many songs, and my theme is more like primitive, very easy, like just like Satan and stuff. And, but I also wrote like a Egyptical. What do you say? Egyptical theme.
Yeah.
And you wrote about...
yeah, exactly. We have some ancient themes, like ancient Egypt and ancient examples. So on our upcoming release, you will see that there is some themes of ancient Egypt written by Wendy and ancient Rome.
Right.
Alongside with the primitive stuff about Satan and hell and all that.
Pretty timeless topics, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely.
So I would also like to talk a little bit about artwork, because like a very recurring theme, for example, is like a demon. It seems like each of the releases you've released so far is like a demon. So would you like to talk about that a little bit?
That's true, I guess, but I don't think we planned like, it has to be a demon. It just the first demo was called Demon Attack, so then it was quite simple. But what do you think?
Well, yeah, I just think we like the very primitive and very easy art style of just having a simple mascot or some sort of like what you can see behind me, Venom and Bath Reflux. It's very simplistic and concerning, the artwork. So that's sort of the 80s tradition that we would like to keep as well. But as far as lyrical content goes, it really fits to the album covers. Yeah, Demon Attack. We have a demon on the cover, and Wendy actually was actually drawing that as well.
All right.
We thought that it was a successful thing, so we thought, well, let's have some upcoming releases with similar types of artwork where you have this demon-like character, and so we have just continued with that. But we would like to give a shout out to Necrohexin, the Mexican thrash band Phantom, for making our latest or most recent cover art for the Omen's Arrival live album.
Right.
Very early this year.
And we also made t-shirts with his print, so
yeah,
he's a very good, he knows exactly how it's supposed to look.
Right. Yeah, I'm personally a very big fan of that artwork, like from that last one, The Omens.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that like picture of Kronos with like the base in the circle of fire.
Yeah, I could add to that that was actually the inspiration to draw that. I actually made a draft at home with a pencil, and I was drawing this similar demon character that wasn't Demon Attack, but just with an Ibanez Destroyer base. And I said, well, could we use something like this on the upcoming live album? And you responded, well, let's send it to Necrohex and see what he can do with it. And so he improved it a whole lot. So yeah, basically we got inspired from our own demo there to evolve the the cover artwork, so to say.
Right. So yes, speaking of live albums, that's something I really like about Venthiax. The live albums you have, because that doesn't seem like very common nowadays for bands to make live albums, but I'm personally a big fan when bands do that.
Yeah, we were actually, the story to Demon Attack in Husqvarna, which was the first live album we released, was actually that we weren't too satisfied with the sound of Demon Attack, and it was very rushed. We didn't really feel like we had the time to redo the takes, because it's not that in time at all time, so to say. So yeah, we came up with the idea, okay, let's try to record our first gig. We have rehearsed a lot, so this should go well. Let's just record it and see what it sounds like and see how it goes. And we did, and we thought that it actually turned out to be a lot better, a lot rawer, and a lot just more aggressive than the first one. So we said, okay, let's just use the artwork for Demon Attack and just put a little red color on it to make it more aggressive and evil, so to say. Yeah, and then we thought, well, now we have written some more songs. What do you say we record in Gothenburg and Kungsbacka, which was November, December last year? We said, yeah, we can try that, see how it turns out. The Gothenburg recording didn't turn out too great, but the Kungsbacka one did. So we thought, well, yeah, this one. Let's use this one just for a demo to kind of get a hint of what's to come up next.
Yeah, and the biggest reason for the Omen's Arrival, I would say, is because that's the first release we made where Viggo was playing. So I felt it was kind of important to show something where he's also playing.
Right.
To show our new guitarist and some of our new songs from the upcoming album.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also, speaking of that, what are your plans for the future? If it's upcoming releases, upcoming shows, whatever it might be.
We were very recently in the studio in Norrköping with Diego Andersson and recorded a mini album, maybe you could call it.
A 6-track mini album.
And that's done by now, so I hope we can get it out this year. But of course, now when the songs are recorded, we can also start playing them live. And our next gig will be in August in our city here in Jönköping with the Destroyer 666. So that's our next plan, I would say, to rehearse for that one and probably make our best live show yet.
And we were also very satisfied with the work of Diego Andersson. So if he's watching or listening to this, huge thank you. It was really nice working with you. And we actually hope to return quite shortly. So I guess we will begin to write some more content so that we can enter the studio not too long away from now.
Yeah. But we very much look forward to release this new mini album, to present our new 6 fully new tracks with also Viggo. And you are also singing on one track, Viggo, so that will be very fun to present to everyone. So, yeah.
And he's doing very well with that.
All right. So I guess the last thing I have is there anything else that you want to say before we end? Something that you wish I asked about, or something else that you want to say to the people listening, for example?
No, but really, when you are supporting musicians, there is big reasons to buy music on physical copy. Really support the artist by buying tapes, CDs, vinyls, t-shirts, anything merchandise related, because it seriously helps the band to continue economically, to actually be able to go into the studio and record, and also make sure to spread the message further. So yeah, that's something I would like to advise you all: buy physical copies.
Yeah, we still have some tapes left and t-shirts as well, so if people want to, you can check it out on our pages and be prepared for our new album, because it's very different from the recent ones, I would say. It's a big improvement. So, Viggo,
Sorry?
do you have anything to say?
Do you have any last words that you would like to say?
Yeah, but these like the same that Emil said. There's support the bands.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, as we have talked about many times before on the podcast, that it is very, very important to support bands in any way that people can. And I mean, I would obviously strongly encourage people to see Venthiax live, because it is a very, very, very great band to experience live, and I would definitely recommend it.
You saw us live, right?
Yes, I have.
Spoke to Emil. I don't think I saw you there, but it's very nice that you came to our show.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you for those kind words, Johan.
Thank you.
It means a lot.
Yeah, and with that, I guess we are done. So thank you very much for taking the time to make this episode. And obviously, we wish you all the luck in the future.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to be a part of your Metal Verbalize.
Of course.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
If you like Venthiax, make sure to go and show them some support. Other than financial support, interacting with their pages by liking and commenting etc. helps them a lot. Writing a comment that you like their music is also a great way to encourage them to continue. If you like what we do, your support is very important to us. Following us on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, as well as liking and commenting on our posts, would go a very long way in helping us support the greatness of the underground, and would be much appreciated. Thank you for listening and supporting Verbalizers. We will be back to verbalize again next week.